Gordon and Hattie Stetson had been married for 7 years that cold February day in 1888 when they welcomed the birth of their new son, Neil Cornelius Carter Stetson, in the small town of Stockwell, New York. His two middle names were a tribute to Hattie's father, who was buried next to them. Gordon was one of 6 children, and Hattie came from a large family as well, but Neil was the only child they would ever have. They adored him, but they didn't know at the time they wouldn't have him for long. Gordon owned a cheese box factory in the tiny town of Stockwell, only about 100 yards from the cemetery, and was quite successful. It had been passed down through the family from Gordon's grandfather, Joel Stetson, and eventually Gordon would pass it on to Joel's great-grandson, Harry Myers, who was buried behind them. Gordon also dabbled in apples and making cider, which were popular throughout the area. He wasn't the only one with a green thumb, though. Even though she suffered from rheumatoid arthritis, Hattie spent her time in her gardens while she raised their son, Neil. She was notorious for her veggies. She entered several fairs throughout the years to show them off and was once awarded a prize of 25 cents for the largest onion at the Brookfield Fair. Later on, she also decided to take them to the World's Fair as well. In 1904, when Neil was 15, he became restless in the tiny town. He longed to go to a bigger school, and eventually his parents agreed to let him move in with his grandparents on Putnam Ave in Waterville, where the school district consisted of more than just one room. His parents loaded up the wagon and kissed their son goodbye just a few weeks before his 16th birthday. Soon after, however, Neil became sick with pneumonia. He'd get better, then worse, and by the end of the week, ended up with scarlet fever as well. There was nothing the doctors could do. He passed away on February 27, 1904, just 15 days after celebrating his 16th birthday. His parents brought him back to Stockwell and placed this monument here in honor of their son. The crying woman they picked for the top of the stone signifies an untimely death.